I would say this meteor I seen from top to bottom could have been a size, I would say, of maybe of a 5 or 6 story home or building. So this is what I seen. This thing just bust out of gray clouds, and it had other little meteors on the side. The next number in this piece is the number 7. This piece is called Section 10, 5 Moon Dream, or S10 5MND. In the month of January 13, 2011, I recorded this dream inside my dream book. Today I dreamt that I was among people who had rushed into a corner store, which is located on the corner of Stuyvesant Avenue and Macon Street. It was daytime and people around me were wearing spring or summer wear. I sensed urgency among the people. I noticed I had a fork in my hand, and after I spotted the fork inside my hand, I decided to place the fork inside my jacket pocket. Most of the people inside this store were grabbing things off the store shelves, and some people were clamoring at the store counter so they can't ask the store owner for this and for that. Next, I was now outside of the store, and I believe I was actually on the corner of Halsey Street and Stuyvesant Avenue, near my home. Then I looked up into the day sky and I spotted the moon, which hangs slightly horizontal, and the bottom part of the moon was bright, while the top part of the moon was dark. And the upper part of the moon, like I said, it blended with the blue sky. And then I took notice of a small red dot near the upper left side of the moon. And after I took notice of a little red dot on the upper left side of the moon, I noticed an airplane flying in the sky, and it made a real quick left turn in the air. And then I took my eyes off the things in the sky, and before I left this dream, I took my eyes and placed my eyes upon a tall black man, and this black man wore dreadlocks, and he was walking down Halsey and towards Halsey and Malcolm X Boulevard, and there were 2 black women around him, and I sensed that something was wrong with his stomach. I sensed he could have been shot or stabbed, because he was more or less holding his stomach or slightly like doubling over, and all of a sudden when he got exactly on the corner of Malcolm X Boulevard and Halsey Street, he straightened up. And then all of a sudden after he straightened up, he fell flat on his face. And then I sensed that he must have fainted or could have died from fright, from noticing the red thing in the sky and the moon slightly tilted horizontal, and actually what I was picking up, the little red dot in the sky, later I felt that the little red object in the sky, dot in the sky, was actually the planet Mars that was coming closer to the Earth. And it was, while Mars was coming closer to Earth, it was affecting the Earth climate. It was affecting people's minds. People began to panic and do runs on stores. And once again, I must state that I felt compelled really to draw a lot of things in my dreams, but I usually pick dreams that I would draw about that kind of really stood out a lot. So I would like to say that this particular dream also stood out, and this is what I seen. Okay, like I said, the moon was slightly horizontal, and the upper part of the moon, blended in with the blue sky. And I seen this red dot in the sky, and then I seen the plane make a quick turn in the air. I believe this little red dot has something to do with Mars, okay, or it could be Mars itself. Because later I found out that we have a lot of planets right now, and today is May 20th, 2011. Today is a Friday morning, and it's 12:20 a.m. Okay, so right now as I speak, we have Jupiter close to the moon, close to the sun. We have Saturn close to the sun. We have Pluto, which is also close to the sun. We have Mars, Venus, Uranus, Neptune. A lot of these planets right now are close to the sun, especially Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. Pluto is like the farthest. Pluto been demoted as not a planet, but as a planetoid. But anyhow, this planetary object that's called Pluto is near the sun. And he said the last time Pluto was this close to our sun was in 1776, almost over 200 years ago. And so basically, I'd like to also add that the little red dot I see in the sky in this particular dream that I just mentioned was coming close to our Earth is because of a 10th planet that they call Planet X could have came into our solar system and pushed Mars, towards the Earth, or Mars could have been pushed towards the Earth by the second sun that people call Nemesis. Do the research, Google it. There's a lot of things about Planet X, a lot of things about a dwarf star that they call Nemesis. Another name for Planet X is also Nibiru. So Google it and check out these things around in our solar system, and check out the things that are around our sun. And just go to Soho, SOHO, and that's is run by NASA, where you can look at the sun. And this, stop watching TV for a little bit, and take out the iPods and get away from watching Dance with the Stars and all that stuff, and do some research and find out what's actually going on in outer space. Okay, the next number in this piece is the number 8. This piece is called Six Moon / Sun / Comets / Rain, or S10 6M / S / C / RD. In the month of February 16, 2011, I recorded this dream inside my dream book. Today I dreamt that I was in the bathroom, and I was in a tub of water on the top floor of my home here at Halsey Street. My father knocked on the bathroom door. Then he said, "Behind the bathroom door, we need to talk." Next, I found myself outside of my house, and I noticed I was carrying an open box. And inside this open box, I noticed 2 crabs. I noticed one crab was small, and there was another, and the second crab was medium sized. And I also noticed a small, tiny robot, a little robot that used to be called from the old days Robbie the Robot. Okay, if you don't know what exactly I mean by Robbie the Robot, try to find not a lost episode. Go to, I guess on the internet, and go on YouTube and go to an old TV show, black and white TV show that kind of turned color. It's called Lost in Space, and you have the robot competing, the robot in the spaceship with Will Robinson, and the doctor, and there's another robot that came into the the family of the Lost in Space people, and this robot had like bubble arms, well, and like almost like a cone head, where you can see the mechanical stuff working inside this glass bubble head. Well, anyhow, he was also called Robbie the Robot, and I seen a small Robbie the Robot in this open box with 2 crabs. Okay, so I decided to stop walking, and I placed a small box on the ground, and then the 2 crabs came out, and they was more or less snapping their claws. I believe they were snapping their claws at me. And then the little robot came out the box as well, and he stood there motionless. And then the little robot was looking left and right. It appeared that the little robot was alive somehow, or just wind up, and it appeared to me that the robot was trying to decide where should he go. Then I noticed I dreamt about this area before, and I remember there was a White Castle restaurant somewhere in this area. Okay, so after I realized I was in this area before, next I found myself waiting at a bus stop with a black girl. This girl was friendly. She smiled at me. The bus we both were waiting for did not show up, so I felt this bus stop. So I left this bus stop, and I gone around the corner to wait for another bus in a different bus stop. It appeared to me that I had no particular bus in mind that I was really waiting for, but I more or less in this dream wanted this to get out of the area for some unknown reason. So I was in this new bus stop alone. Then the girl that I stood with in the first bus stop came around the corner, and she noticed I was at this particular bus stop, so she came and waited for a bus with me. Okay? And then I noticed a fence in front of me. So I go to a fence, and this fence more or less was fenced around some type of landfill. And the girl came and followed me, and we both looked through the fence, and we looked at the trucks moving in this landfill. And then I looked up, and I noticed the moon. The moon was on the upper right side, and the moon was somewhat big, and it was very luminous. And I noticed also the sun. And believe, like I said, the moon was very luminous. It was almost as brighter than the sun. Then after I took notice of the sun, I believe the sky became somewhat dark out, kind of gray. Then I began to see, actually I seen one comet zip across the sky. Then I seen another comet, and before I knew it, there were 2 comets slowly crossing the sky. Then I seen a 3rd comet, and a 4th comet, and a 5th comet, and before I knew it, was a whole bunch of comets just zipping across the sky. And then I became excited. The reason why I became excited because I took these comets crossing the sky as a sign from God that we are truly living in the last days. And while I was taking notice of these comets, I heard a black lady behind me, and she was praising God, and she mentioned these words, "Hallelujah," when she saw the comets, like I did as well. And then all of a sudden the sky became dark, really gray.